Good evening and welcome to ArsenPool, the world's first Arsenal and Liverpool based podcast. I'm Mike Cotter and this is Matthew Bloomfield, your two favourite people to discuss all matters Arsenal and Liverpool. Good evening, Matt.
Alright, how's it going?
Well, I think we call this the Revenge Podcast.
Well, I don't know, kind of revenge. But you can't...
Revenge is a dish best served with a 2-1 defeat and many bad decisions from the ref.
Well, I'm not, we'll get into it, I suppose. It's going to be relatively short, this one, isn't it? Because...
Well, but we can from the part of Arsenal and Liverpool, I suppose so.
Although we can recap... Man United's going, oh no, we can't. They didn't have one.
But they meant to... Oh, where were they in the FA Cup? Oh, they weren't in it.
Also, I want to get this out now. Were we discussing Shampoo League games?
Yeah, of course we are.
Are we? Okay.
Well, just because you're not in it.
Oh no, well, you never know next year.
Well, then we will.
Okay.
Of course we are. I'm
Right.
not going to omit the biggest game of our season against Bayern Munich this week.
Right, okay.
So basically, since the last podcast, Arsenal drew miserably with Manchester United at home, 0-0. Liverpool got a late winner against Fulham.
Mm.
And then there was the FA Cup game in which Arsenal were victorious. Victorious.
Mm.
I didn't watch your game against Fulham.
Do you want me to summarise it?
Yeah.
Fulham were alright. We had two shocking, people were moaning. They were like, oh my god, Bernie, whatever his name is, has been sacked.
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac has been sacked. Bernie Runstein or someone, I don't know his name. Anyway, they were like, oh no, he's been sacked. They did so well against
He was
Man
sacked
United.
after the game, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, they didn't do so well against Man United. They scraped a draw when, in my opinion, they should have got bummed. They were just lucky.
They had two attacks.
And scored from both.
Scored both.
And then what games against Liverpool, Colo Torre sliced it into his own net, and then Skirtle through-balled it to bloody Richardson to score. And our two goals were pretty well worked, and then they, for some reason, the people they were raving about, Sachin Reef or whatever his name is, thought he'd bring down Daniel Sturridge when he was running into the corner, nowhere to go, off the pitch. Well, not into the corner, but off the pitch. Up steps Stevie G, 3-2. So they sack him. Say it's harsh, but at the end of the day, a win's a win. We went down twice. I suppose. I mean, I don't know. Last year we would have lost that basically. At least we came back.
You said last week after the 5-1 drubbing, you said in the podcast, if Liverpool can't beat Fulham, it's all for nothing.
Yeah.
And you were very, very close to having to eat your words there.
I know, but we did beat them.
But
also, I'd like to point out that, again,
excuse me.
although Suarez didn't score, and again didn't score Arsenal.
He's scored in 3 games.
I know, but he's still playing very well. So
Agreed.
I'm not that bothered about it. Daniel Sturridge could have scored more than he did. Missed a few opportunities, and again, obviously, will come to that in the Arsenal game. Coutinho played well. I think Flanagan looks good. Gerrard looked good. Henderson looked good. Everyone looked good. So all in all, if we were to come out of a draw, I would have been pissed off. But I think our performance on the day deserved to win. Fulham fans might disagree, but they're getting relegated. So who cares about them?
Okay then.
Don't really want to say much else.
Fair enough. Arsenal, Manchester United.
Boring as shit. That's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Mm. I watched the highlights. They were about 2 minutes long.
Van Persie should have opened the goal.
Oh yeah, of course he should have.
30 seconds because Arteta, he thought maybe, you know what, I haven't learnt my lesson after 18-minute horror show against Liverpool. Let's just let Van Persie, one of the most lethal strikers in the league, have a one-on-one inside 30 seconds. But luckily, I think the little boy inside of him may have said, I can't bring myself to score against Arsenal again because I still love them deep down.
I mean,
and then what were you going to say?
I was going to say, would you have taken if at, in all honesty, at the start of the game, if they would have said you're going to draw?
No, I wanted to win.
You wanted to win. Okay.
I wanted to win. This is Manchester United, who are 7th in the league because they're the 7th best team. You've got to be beaten 7th in the league.
Yeah.
It's just because it's Man United. We got to get. It was just the only reason it was a draw is because of the psychology of the game.
But
it came at the wrong time because basically we were shit scared of doing
Losing.
anything in that first half because of the game before, and in the second half we just didn't have we had chances, but just we haven't got the right men in those positions at the moment to put a team like Manchester United to bed and get this. What's the expression? Something off your back.
Monkey.
Get the ape off your back.
But with United, with that draw, I do think we officially ended, or you officially ended United's chances of getting Champions League football.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think that's gone. 11 points.
Behind fourth. Yeah, probably.
Gone. Well, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not saying Liverpool are going to get fourth, but I think Tottenham are looking strong. Have you seen Tottenham's fixtures as well? I don't think Tottenham will get it.
Tottenham have
but
got...
it's got easy-ish run of games. They've got a couple of...
Yeah, for now, but then they'll have hard ones. They haven't had many hard ones yet, have they? We've got to
They
play
played you twice.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you've got all them again, have you? They played City... Oh, no, they played us and City twice. At least.
And United.
And United. So, yeah, so they've got Chelsea and Arsenal left to go. I don't know if they've played Chelsea. I'll have a look now. iPad.
Do it. Well, I'll talk a bit more about Giroud. No, I can't bring myself to do it.
Oh, can we do it? Oh, come on.
I can't bring myself to do
The
it.
best
He missed 2 good chances against Manchester United.
He did miss 2 good chances, and then he fucking went and cheated on his wife, didn't he?
Well, technically that was before he missed the chances.
Oh, was it? Okay, what...
He cheated on the wife on the eve of the Crystal Palace game. And it's hardly really the eve. It was, in fact, 12 hours before, so that is the same day.
Yeah. Yeah, seeing as kick-off was at 4 that day.
Yes, and so... But it helped him in the Crystal Palace game. He got an assist, so maybe he needs a bit more shagging of the models.
Maybe Miss Giroud needs to step up her game.
She's got a little baby to look after, mate.
That's some people would be disgraced at Oliver Giroud.
I'm... Do you want my opinion on the whole matter?
It doesn't matter, does it?
Really couldn't give a fuck.
couldn't give a shit.
You know shock, shock, horror, horror, shock, shock, horror. Professional footballer cheats on his wife, who's got a baby, with a glamour model in a hotel. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? The reason I don't like that bloke is because he's crap at football. It's not because of what he does.
We haven't played Arsenal Tottenham twice. My apologies, but they have not got. I don't know why we thought we played them twice. Maybe because we beat them so much before, I just thought that was over with. They've actually got a difficult run of games, so I don't know what I was thinking about before. They've got...
They'll drop off.
Norwich, they're going to beat Norwich, but they've got fucking Europa League. Then they've got...
that'll all come back in.
Chelsea, Arsenal, Southampton, Liverpool.
The top 4 will stay as it is.
Mm.
The final placing, I have no idea at this moment. Genuinely... Any of the 4 could win it right now. I don't think I want to say who's going to win it. There's going to be more twists. Because I even think when Arsenal finished their horrible run, we've got...
You'll be a point... You'll be worst case scenario, you'll be a point behind, yeah.
We've got a very easy run in. And then who knows what's going to happen in terms of points dropping. So anyway, it finished 0-0. It was a bit miserable. The fans booed Wenger, and I agree it was rightly so. Because it was disappointing. And then... we come to the tie of, the second biggest tie of the weekend, of the 5th round of the FA Cup.
What's
Arsenal, I'd say Man City Chelsea is a bigger fixture.
Oh, okay.
I think, the powerhouses with all their money.
Yeah.
Arsenal and Liverpool, and the fact that Man City and Chelsea are recent championship winners. And so we get to the game. Arsenal announced 7 changes in the team since the Manchester United game. Liverpool announced one change from the team that beat Arsenal 5-1 the week before. I don't know if there's any change for midweek. Alan and
Brad Jones
and
Daniel Agger.
Sorry, 3.
Brad, I'm going to come out and try and catch everything. Jones.
So let's do this right then. You can discuss the victors first.
Okay.
And then I will reply, and then I will discuss the losers.
Right. In all honesty, I missed the first 4 minutes when apparently Liverpool had really good. I did watch them back when it worked some good chances. I went to my mum's house.
You're on your way.
I watched a bit of QPR Reading.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, you're right. About 4 or 5 minutes.
Well, then everyone was saying, Liverpool should be 2-0 up already, and I thought, here we go. But from then on until pretty much you scored your goal, I thought it was very even, if not you probably on top for that period. One thing that I don't think it was hard to motivate your players this game. If you couldn't begin motivated for this game, I don't know what they would have been motivated for, because they must have all wanted to prove something. And if you watch the 5-1 game back, every time a Liverpool player gets the ball, no one closes them down. I don't know if that's because you're away from home or because you're at home you're pressing, but every time anyone got the ball in the final third of this game, someone was on them, and it makes it. Liverpool like to play these days nice, intricate passing football, and it just makes it a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
And you make everything was more rushed from Liverpool. And in fact, in the first half, bar Sturridge's efforts and then Suarez's random shot, that was a good save by Fabianski. Yeah. Liverpool didn't really have too many chances, and I thought Arsenal defended really well, kept Suarez as quiet as you can keep him. I don't think you can mark him. You can't really mark him out of game because he'll just run away and get a ball somewhere else. Yeah. He'll always get the ball. I thought the back looked solid. I thought Koscielny looked really good. He made a few really good challenges. The Ox looked, got rightly so. Got man of the match. I thought he had a really good 45 minutes. Ozil had a good first 45 minutes. I thought he was all right. He did at least 2 more sprints than he did against Liverpool in the first half.
He was feeling motivated.
And the goal was a good goal.
Which one?
The first one, I thought. Well, it was a bit of a ping pong, but it was a nice finish. By the Ox. Unlucky, I think Steven Gerrard did all right to block it, but sod's law, that's where it ended up, and it was a pretty good finish. Half time came. We had a really good chance, but didn't really convert it. Then I'm just discussing Arsenal, aren't I? Sorry, don't go too much into Liverpool.
Yeah,
but
come back.
And then then you got your goal, counter-attacking move, lovely goal. Not sure what Sissoko was doing, but I'm not really sure what he's doing most of the time. Podolski, another good finish, 2-0. And then it was kind of open the floodgates because Liverpool had to attack more, and it gave more space to Arsenal to attack. And to be honest, Arsenal then, they didn't. I think they were like, right, if we get the third goal, it's over. And Liverpool were like, we have to go for the second. So it was kind of back and forth. And it was a penalty.
Oh yeah,
penalty.
No, it was.
It was a penalty, but
it
was a Podolski penalty. It was a penalty, but I don't. It wasn't enough to make him go over, but he's going to go over because why did he want to? What's the point of him doing that? Up until that point, I thought Flamini was really good. I don't know, when he originally played for Arsenal, I don't remember him being any good.
Flamini?
Was he good?
Yeah. Was
he just like that? Because it was kind of this thing about him. Everyone was like, "Yeah, Flamini's shit."
Well, it wasn't. He was never shit. He was in that 2007, 2008 team.
He went to AC Milan and did well, didn't he?
But he was sort of in that team. We had a lot of creative players. We had Eduardo, Van Persie. We had Adebayor, Fabregas, Kleb. We had Flamini in there. I don't think Nasri was there then. We had a lot of creativity in there, and Flamini was the only one that was really doing the dog work. Yeah. And he was our very own utility hatchet type player. He played at left back for the season, for the run into the Champions League final for us.
He's your Lucas. He's what Lucas is to us. Flamini is to you. Well, he's not glamorous.
I actually think, I think Lucas is probably more important to Liverpool than Flamini is to Arsenal. Although I think Flamini is a nailed-on starter for us. Yeah. I still want someone better.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Like I said, I thought the Ox was good. I thought was it Sagbo? What's his name? Sanogo.
Yeah, yes, Sanogo.
Sagbo. I thought he was entertaining to watch, but I don't know. I don't think. Do you remember that he reminds me of a bit of a Ali Adier type player that looks like he's only gonna maybe play occasionally and then go on loan to Sunderland and that'll be him done. Because he looked alright. He looked enthusiastic, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a hard job, innit, to play up top on your own in a important. It was an important FA Cup tie.
Yeah.
I think he did all right. He had little bits of hold up play, but anyway. So and then it went 2-1, and although Liverpool had lots of chances, and there should have been another penalty, I didn't think. Everything at least looked a lot more difficult. Liverpool weren't making things left, right and centre. The floodgates didn't open. There's no too much panicking. Although we got the ball out wide, Gerrard did some brilliant balls out right to Sterling.
About Liverpool instead of
Sorry.
Arsenal.
I thought you... Oh no, it's connected. I thought you dealt with most things okay. And Fabianski, I thought he was an absolute... I don't know, I thought he was brilliant. He made some really good saves. And probably if it weren't for him, and our friend Howard Webb, I think we would have. I think, in all honesty, coming back from 2-0 down and winning 3-2 probably would have flattered us, but I would have said 2-2 would have been a fair result at the end of the game. It was a penalty, but at the same time, there was other poor decisions in the game, which I'm sure we'll come to. If I was an Arsenal fan and it happened 2-1, I wouldn't have. I would probably maybe feel slightly lucky, but the performance was so substantially better than it was at Anfield. I think you can only really take positives from it.
Yeah.
And it's a big win. Now you think you've got Everton, and you could theoretically, if you've got Everton next round at home, you should be beating them.
Yeah.
So you beat Everton. You might get Man City in the semi-final, but regardless, you're going to Wembley.
Yeah.
And say you don't get City, then you might get one of the Sheffield teams or someone else. So getting into a final, well,
it's possible.
Anyone can win in a final. It'll be City or Arsenal will win it now. I don't think Everton will beat you guys at home.
Neither do I.
But yeah, that was my summary of Arsenal.
Okay, well, my take on the Gunners. Couple of points, really. I thought it was a good performance. I was really pleased with the team overall, and I felt we deserved the win on the whole. Yep. So let's go through the controversial points. Yep, Podolski's on Suarez. We can debate it forever. The fact of the matter is,
don't kick
he
someone
comes
in the
up
box.
behind him. He just sort of connects with the back of him and he goes down. You've got to say, is that a foul somewhere else on the pitch? And I think the answer is, yeah, it is. I think if Suarez has got players around him anywhere else on the pitch and someone comes up just a little bit behind him and taps him and he goes down, that's getting given as a foul anywhere else on the pitch, so it has to be a foul in the box.
He goes down everywhere, so it doesn't matter if he's in the box or not.
Yeah, so for that one, I think, yeah, controversial point number one, Liverpool, that was fine. I think the one that wasn't given to Suarez was nothing short of hilarious. I can't believe our luck there, to be honest. But then you can go on to say that Gerrard should have received a second bookable offence and should have been sent off. There's arguments to say that Sterling could have been sent off, putting his hands on the referee. I don't think he should have been, but you could put that as an argument. And I've looked at it several times since. I actually think Skirtle's high foot on Cazorla was a stone cold penalty, where when he comes into the box, he gets absolutely nothing of the ball, and it's high and it studs up, and so I think that's equally as much as a penalty as any of the other two. So overall, I feel like the decisions they evened out. You could say Liverpool deserved that penalty, and regardless of what happens elsewhere in the game, if they get that, that's 2-2. And then if you get that penalty, then Gerrard's getting sent off, I think. But I think Howard knew that. Yeah. I think he might have known he fucked up on the penalty, and I don't think he sends off Gerrard for that reason. But I think if you get the penalty, it's 2-2, and then Gerrard gets sent off, I think you're going to be good for a replay. If not better, you think you may have gone on to win it. But at the end of the day, Arsenal have had some shit luck this year. It all evens out at the end of the day. We've had some harsh penalties given against us this year that haven't been. It's about time we got one that we got a bit of luck on, and it's just so happened to happen in a big game. So I'm pleased about that. I think overall we were a bit more. We were clinical and we were efficient and we looked dangerous at times. And Liverpool were a bit more. We sort of knew a bit more what we had to deal with. We coped better with your weapons in Suarez, Sterling, and Sturridge, and Coutinho. We sort of dealt with them better, and you didn't deal well with
Nagbo or everything.
So let's have a little discussion of. I was really impressed. I thought the players that really disappointed us in Anfield put on a good performance yesterday. So I was very pleased with Mertesacker, who I thought was pretty poor at Anfield. Koscielny was much improved. I said this last week about perhaps Jenkinson could, in hindsight, Jenkinson might have been a better option out of right back than Sangyo when you're dealing with such pace. I thought Jenkinson had a really good game, even though also he wasn't an improvement because he didn't play in the game before. Monreal was far better than he was in the game before. He dealt with things much better. And I read a thing in the paper today where they gave him a 5 out of 10, and I was thinking he had Suarez to deal with the entire game, and he got booked on about 15 minutes, and he dealt with the rest of it, and he didn't put another foot wrong there. And I thought credit to the guy there because he's had a lot of criticism aimed at him recently, from myself included, and I thought he did very well. And I know Nacho's a listener of this, so well done, mate.
Do you even speak English? No,
a couple of words.
He's got it on Google Translate.
Yeah, probably. Who else? Arteta was better, but I think you are better when you're a defensive midfielder and we play with another one alongside him.
Yeah,
it kind of
makes life a lot easier.
Chamberlain was excellent, but he was excellent at Anfield, I thought, as well. Sonogo, what can I say? I think there's a lot of Arsenal community like, yeah, great performance from the lad. I think that comes out of a hatred of Giroud and sort of quite a bit of an ironic hatred of Bentner.
Yeah.
So I think they were just happy to have anyone there that wasn't Giroud because he pissed everyone off at the moment, especially pissed everyone off in the Man United game because he missed some sitters.
He didn't have a shot, did he?
Sonogo, does he look a goal threat? No. Can he pass? No. Does he have much of a first touch? No. He put himself about. He tried a few headers and stuff, and he put a lot of effort in. And I've got all the credit in the world for that for a 19-year-old. Is it the answer to our problems? Not a fucking chance.
No, exactly.
He's not. I could be forced to eat my words, but I'm 80% sure he will never be our first choice striker. It's not going to happen, guys.
No.
He didn't. Maybe. I don't think so. I was happy with his performance. I can't say I was impressed by his performance. They're two different things. Fabianski was excellent in goal, and I'm gutted that we're losing him in the summer.
He said he was going, didn't he?
Well, he announced it last week on Arsenal.com to say that he's had a great time here, but he needs first-team football now, and he won't be re-signing his contract, which is up at the end of the summer, so there's nothing we can do about that, but he's an excellent second-choice goalkeeper. I'm gutted that he's going. And I'm a bit gutted for him as a bloke because I feel like he had his chance to be number one and he couldn't quite take it. But his improvement was miraculous when he wasn't playing. It's really strange.
Yeah.
He had a big injury while Szczesny really took number one for his own. And then when he came back into the team last year, it was strange how much he'd improved considering he hadn't played at all. He'd seemed to have matured a lot. And it's a shame. It's a real shame that he's going to go because he's an excellent second-choice goalkeeper and he's going to make an excellent first-choice goalkeeper for someone. So I hope whoever buys him, I hope he's happy there.
Do you reckon if you get to the final he'll play?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've got a feeling...
Be a good send-off, wouldn't it?
I don't... Yeah. Because I genuinely don't... I don't think he's a hell of a lot worse than Szczesny. I don't think Szczesny's head and shoulders above him. It's just Szczesny is the younger one, and Szczesny will continue to improve. And I think and Szczesny has been excellent this year. But Fabianski's a good goalkeeper. So I don't know. I think he'll definitely play in the quarterfinal. I'd have thought he'll play in the semi-final depending on who we have. Who knows what will happen in the final? Maybe Wenger will be like, we need a trophy so desperately, I have to field my best team. But I don't think he really thinks we're that much worse if we have Fabianski in goal, as was shown last year when he was our first choice. So overall, I was chuffed with the game. Big win. The performance wasn't amazing, but overall we needed that win for confidence, and you saw what it meant to the fans, and you saw what it meant to the players to get through, especially against the team that gave us such a whipping the week before. And I fully expect us to beat Everton, because they tend to drop off about this from now on. I saw them play against Tottenham, was it last week or the week before, and I just thought they looked quite one-dimensional compared to the team that came to us at the Emirates in, was it early November or late October. They were so energetic and they were pressing and their game was so high, and then they went to Tottenham the other week and they just looked slow and just sort of really one-dimensional, and it was all a bit too easy for Tottenham to just catch them on the break. And I just thought, do you know what? I don't expect us to lose that game, and I think we've got a semi-final to look forward to now. Well, I mean, I know you can't talk about it that quickly, but I really think that we'll be going to Wembley, and the fans deserve it. We deserve a trip to Wembley, even if it's for a semi-final. We deserve a trip to Wembley for a final, but anything's good. Anything's to get a day out for the team. So hopefully a nice trip to Wembley against some shitty Championship.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, and that'll be lovely. And then, anything can happen. So, my thoughts on Liverpool. I was close to agreeing with Brendan Rodgers when he came out and sort of said the best team lost. I thought we deserved the win. I don't know, this is a really strange thing to say. It's sort of like, I thought we deserved the win, but I don't think we were head and shoulders better. I just thought we edged it, just about. We just about edged it because, I don't know why. Just because we looked a bit more...
Because you're a fucking Arsenal fan.
I don't know, we just sort of...
Because it was so much better than the week before.
Yeah, because of the context, because of the baggage on that game, because of such a drastic improvement was needed, and you can't take that as if that's not the first game of the season. We've had Liverpool last week, we've had Man United midweek, we've had boos from your home fans, you got whipped in the first 20 minutes. I don't think you can even take that first half into consideration. We got a goal from a bit of a set piece and that, but that first half, the players must have been shitting themselves. For the first half an hour, they must have not been comfortable. So you can't really take, Liverpool would have come into that game thinking, we just won a game midweek, last minute of the game. We stuffed this lot last week. Everything's in our favour. And they came out and they could have been 2-0 up in the first few minutes. Again, from very similar things. Just great through balls, and we weren't quick enough to it. And so I'm not even going to take the first half into consideration. I just thought, we had such an upheaval, had such an uphill struggle, that I think that we deserved the win that we got. But I do think Liverpool played very well. And so like last week when I was talking about how Liverpool, everything came off them. Everything they tried came off for them. And especially after they got that early goal, and the crowd were all in with them, and everyone was sort of pumped up, and the shot of adrenaline, everything they tried came off last week. And this week, I don't really think you played that different. It's just everything you tried didn't quite come off. Sturridge gets through first few minutes, has a shot, Fabianski saves. A few minutes later, he rounds the goalkeeper. He's got an open net to put it in, and it was on his weak side, and he couldn't quite direct it in the net. There were so many moments where things just didn't quite
go for us. Yeah,
just didn't quite fall didn't fall in the right way, and that's football, isn't it? These things happen, and overall, I think Liverpool have got plenty to be happy about from that game. I think there's plenty of positives to take from it. I don't feel sorry for you about the decisions, particularly because every team gets shit decisions. You had decisions went your way in the game. Just one really big one didn't go your way, and I know you've had other ones recently that don't go your way. But Arsenal have had ones that haven't gone our way as well, and we finally fucking got one. Yeah. And so I'm happy about that. Oh, but Liverpool, I thought I was again impressed by Sterling, and he even played well when he had to go to right back. I was impressed.
Yeah. Better right back than
Sturridge
Sissoko.
his movement's so good, Sturridge, and his first touch is excellent. His finishing wasn't quite up to standard today, but that would have been 9 goals in 9 for him, club record. So, you can't really criticise the guy just because his shooting boots weren't quite on yesterday. Suarez constantly keeps you busy. You've got to be aware of him. But again, shooting boots weren't on, luckily for us. Coutinho looked good. I thought Flanagan was a liability, and we took advantage of it. And I also thought that Sissoko. I thought both your fullbacks we could get at them, which I was happy about. And because we had Podolski and because we had Chamberlain, we actually were able to get at them. And I want to have a special mention. I forgot about Ozil.
Fucking knackered, didn't he? He went straight to bed after the game.
But I was talking about those players that drastically improved, and Ozil, I thought more of the performance than you did. I thought he was excellent. He was involved in both goals, and it just shows what he's capable of when you've got actual fucking runners coming off him. When he's got movement ahead of him, he can do things. The second goal epitomised that. You've got Chamberlain like, hey, Ozil, miss it. I'm going to run against my fullback here and I'm going to beat him. And Ozil, the pass was perfect. It was just exactly where it needed to be. And that's what he can do. But you see him when he just looks a bit lost, especially against Man United, where I thought his performance was very good again. He didn't lose the ball at all, but he gets it in the middle of the park and he's looking up and he's got Giroud the lump standing there going, to chest, and I'll flick it. And you've got Cazorla who's behind him because he don't like running at anyone, and Rosicky on the other side. And it was just like, no one's running for you. So he ends up just sort of, I don't know, running around a bit and passing it sideways. And he needs runners. I mean, it's such a shame that he didn't really get to play with Walcott. Walcott came back into the team during our busy Christmas period. And Ozil at that point got injured and missed out a few months. And then by the time he was back in the team, Walcott had his knee injury, and that's the end of it for them two. So we never really got to see them two play together, which is frustrating, but I think that they will be lethal. And I'm just happy that Wenger has taken my advice and is playing Chamberlain on the right, because he has got that direct pace. He's got it better than Gnabry, I'm telling you that. Sorry, but I've gone off the fucking ball here. Liverpool, impressed with. You'll get top 4, I think.
Yeah.
I think you'll get top 4 at the very least. I'm glad we don't have to play you again this year because you terrify me.
Got better.
You're just your front 4. If you can keep if we could take control of the midfield battle like we did in the first game at the Emirates, you still had the same front 3 then. You were like, oh, they've drastically improved. Well, I don't know. I think we dropped off. I think that first game that we played at the Emirates, we just bossed the midfield. And we really miss Ramsey, not having Ramsey there now, because he's so important for us to boss in the midfield battle. And the other 2 games, we were just unable to boss that midfield battle quite as well, because we didn't have his mobile players that keep the ball as well. And if you don't keep the ball as well, of course your front guys are going to get it more. And when your front guys have got it, you guys are up there with the best. I don't know, you're probably up there with the best in Europe at the moment. I think you'll get, I don't know what you're going to get, but I'm happy that we don't have to play you again, because I can't cope with the stress of it all with Suarez and Sterling and all that running at you. Yeah. Unless I feel more comfortable going into the Bayern game now, because because I don't think, not really fussed about what's going to happen. Like if we lose, we lose. You lose to the best team in the world at the moment. But I don't know. They've not got Nick Ribery in at the moment, and I think that they'll play a bit more of a possession game. I'm not.
Listen, you're going completely off fucking topic, Michael.
All right, okay, whatever. Liverpool good. What do you think?
Any other day, I think we probably would have won it. Honestly, because Daniel Sturridge won't miss 3 opportunities like that again in a game.
No.
And that would be a penalty 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Saying that, I genuinely think, like you say, the funny thing is, I'm not too bothered. That sounds weird that I wasn't too bothered that we lost, but I'm so. We've not had Champions League football for so long now. All I want to do is get top 4. I don't care anything else.
As long as that objective's on course.
If we lost against Fulham, I would have been pissed off.
Yeah.
If we were slightly below, if we weren't in top 4 now. But at that moment, I wasn't too bothered. And it's not just that fact. It's the fact that we would still have had Everton, who would be in the same situation as Arsenal, where they would be looking for revenge and they've come out, I think, all guns blazing against us. And honestly, I don't know. I think if there's any team that kind of can counter attack or can match us for firepower, it's probably Man City. And I think in all honesty now, if I think we got to a final with Man City, they would beat us at Wembley.
But you wouldn't not go.
No, I would not go. But I'm saying that it's not. If for example Man City were out, I'd be absolutely livid because I'd be like, right, that was whoever wins this is going to win the FA Cup, and that scenario's kind of happened recently.
Yeah.
But it's not the case this time. So Daniel Sturridge, never. I don't think he'll ever miss that many chances again in the game. Steven Gerrard was excellent. He was able to play because we play Joe Allen, who's a bloody waste of space. I'll come to in a minute. Gerrard, when Coutinho and maybe it's Henderson, whoever plays alongside Coutinho or just behind him, when they can't make things happen, Gerrard plays so deep now, and he's got such a range of passing. He can kind of so many times he picked the ball up, and no one was marking him because he was so deep. And the amount of times he can get the ball into basically the corner flag.
Yeah, where it needs to be.
Where it needs to be, and because we got pacey wingers now, and with a bit of trickery, like Sterling's got pace, but can also week in week out now he's actually taking on people. He just needs that finished product. He needs that end product because one stage in the game where he took it around two people and then fucking tried to shoot.
Yeah, silly.
So we need another defender. We don't need another defender.
Fullbacks.
We just.
Well, Glenn Johnson's.
Agger is going to be. I mean, we've got a centre back problem basically. Torre is just, filler. I think Agger's fine, but it was his first game back. He's a brilliant player, but it's his first game back from injury. And I don't know how good Sacco is because we paid £80 million for him and he's injured all the time. So maybe he's good, don't know.
Rumours are that Mika Richards might be coming.
No, fuck that. Penalty was a penalty, basically. Enough said about that. Don't know. To be honest, when I first looked at it, from that camera angle, I was like, what's going... It looked like it was a bit of a body check, but when you look back on it, it was a bit worse than that, because he actually does try and, he moves his leg, in the path, and he,
You're talking about the Cazorla one?
No, the second one that didn't get given. So, it looked like...
Second penalty?
Yeah, it wasn't a penalty.
The one was Suarez?
Yeah.
Not Skirtle?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I say Skirtle?
Yeah.
Sorry,
that
Suarez.
Confused me.
Alright, Suarez. So, it definitely was a penalty. Joe Allen, shit.
Straight penalty.
Joe Allen, shit.
Fucking
Do you know what pissed me off about Joe Allen was? I thought he got subbed off and I didn't realise for about 30 minutes. Because he's alright player, but he can't... And Henderson, I know he needs a rest and he had a minor surgery in his wrist or whatever, but Henderson can't... He's the kind of player, as I think Gerrard is, that can't come off the bench. Because they need to get their range of passing in and they need to get a feel for the game. So Henderson, basically, they put Henderson on and all he did is boot the ball off of 5 throws.
Yeah, he
didn't
do anything.
Didn't do nothing.
He did nothing.
Just start him or don't start.
He was very good last week.
Yeah, but then if Lucas was fit, we'd have played Lucas there.
Joe Allen has 0 penetration.
Yeah, he don't do nothing.
His choice of passing do nothing to hurt.
He's good. He's good against when we the games we win 5-0, and when he's not when Gerrard was injured and it was Allen, Lucas, and Henderson in the middle. It was actually okay when Suarez was also injured, but with with them three in the midfield, it just didn't work. It was absolutely shit. Flanagan, I thought had a poor game, but I'm glad he kind of played in that game because I do think he will be he'll be like our. He'll maybe not Gary. He'll be like a Phil Neville for us. His face is so ugly. I hate him just to look at him. Have you heard him speak yet?
I don't want to.
Is
it does it sound like an orc?
He's unbelievably scouse. Apparently, from his house, he used to live at home with his mum. Obviously, I don't know. Probably don't now. But his house is 3 doors down from Anfield.
He's just to look at him.
And Henderson needed to start. We played really well. Not disheartened too much by the loss. If we rolled over at 2-0, I would have been disappointed.
There's more disheartening losses, isn't there, than they losing 5-1.
If it was in the league, I'm more annoyed. Like if someone said to me, you can draw against Fulham and lose against Arsenal, or beat Fulham and lose against Arsenal, but play well.
Yeah.
I'd say, right, I don't care. We'll beat Fulham and we'll lose against Arsenal and play well.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Would I have taken the loss in the league and the win in the FA Cup? And my heart tells me that I would. I'd have taken the loss in the league and the win in the FA Cup. I wanted to win both, but I'm actually glad that we won the one we did. I want the FA Cup badly. I really want this trophy. Because I think we'll get top 4. I think we got enough. Because I think we can fuck up against. We can lose to City and Chelsea. I think we'll be all right against Everton and Tottenham in the league. I think we can lose to City and Chelsea, and I think we've got a nice little run in where I think we'll just take up maximum points and we'll get top 4.
Oh yeah.
I want to win the league, but I'm not going to be gutted if we don't win the league because we're not the best team in the league. Do you know what I mean? I always feel like, of course you want to win the league, but we don't have the best team in the league. City have the best team in the league, and Chelsea have got the best manager in the league, and they're both those teams. He is a cunt, but he's very, very good at what he does, and they have the money, and they have the backing, and they have the squads. And I think if Arsenal could have kept Ramsey and Walcott fit the full season, then I think we probably have as good a team as them, but we don't have them available now, and I feel like I don't think we'll win the league. I'm positive we'll get top 4. I'd love to win the league, but you know what? Yeah, when at the end of the day, you think 9 times out of 10, the best team in the league wins the league. And this season, that's Man City, so it's theirs to lose. And I'm not going to be heartbroken if Arsenal don't win the league because we don't have the best team in the league.
Yeah.
But I would love to win the FA Cup because that is never the case with the FA Cup. It's probably 7 times. You know what I mean? It's probably like 7 times out of 10. Not the best team in England wins the FA Cup. Do you know what I mean? It's that I feel like it could be ours this year because we've been good. We've shown a bit more grit. We've shown a bit more determination. And I think, you know what, the FA Cup sounds nice this year. Much more progress and development in terms of a title challenge. If we can stay within, 7 points up to the end of the season, I'd be chuffed, and a trophy. I would be over the moon with that. And so I actually was thinking, if I had to take a loss against Liverpool, which would it have been, the league or the FA Cup? I'm glad it was in the league. I'm not glad at the manner that it was, but I'd have taken it in the league. If I had to take one, I'd have taken it in the league over the FA Cup. I'd have been gutted if we lost yesterday. I'd have been absolutely gutted. Yeah. Man United. Do the jingle.
Right, let me get it up. Firstly...
We have to think of a topic.
Firstly, they weren't, even there.
Well,
because they're not going to win anything because they're shit.
I'd like to do a little... Well, I'm thinking... Alright, do the jingle and I think we'll think about the topic. I've got an idea for a topic in this week's our mutual hatred of Manchester United section.
Right, let me get this up. Free piano app, anyone? We're not advertising apps here, but there's plenty of
undisclosed
there's plenty of free... Yeah, sorry, exactly. Wait. Oh no, but
mate, that's on silent.
Got to put the sound up.
This is embarrassing.
Oh, do you know why it's on silent? Because I've got it on the old speaker. It's going to be well loud.
Go for it.
Cunts.
Welcome to the mutual hatred of Manchester United section from both Liverpool and Arsenal perspectives. I'm thinking this week's topic could be Wayne Rooney. A discussion of Wayne on the verge of his.
If you're listening, Wayne, leave.
He's about to sign $300,000.
Well, I don't give a shit. I think he should leave because I think it'd be hilarious.
No, I want him to stay.
And rot.
Because I think it's hilarious that they're willing to pay Wayne Rooney at 28 $300,000 a week. I don't think he's that good.
Well,
I don't actually think he's that good.
He ain't done nothing this year.
I mean, $300,000 a week, by far the most well-paid player in the Premier League. I just think it's another hilarious decision from their management.
Well, it's just feel like they've been backed into the corner and have got to do something.
But they don't. But that shows he doesn't love your club. He's fucking arse raping your club because he's going, well, you need me now. You can't let me go because I am on par with your 3 main men in Matt Van Persie and Rooney. Now Van Persie's going to be 31 very soon, if he's not already, and he's going to be on a downward, downward. Yeah. Matt has only just come in, and Rooney has been like their main man. He's won big trophies with them. You can't let him go because it sends such a bad precedent. So he's gone, this is what I want. You know that horrendous deal you gave me ages ago, and I've sort of slowly deteriorated since then. I want fucking 100 grand more, at least, a week.
It is ridiculous.
And I want to be captain. It's hilarious, as far as I know, because I don't actually think he's that good. When does Rooney play now, Matt?
He doesn't play anywhere. He kind of plays behind the striker, where Mata should play.
So Matt doesn't know where.
So Matt doesn't really go to play, and I don't know what is he. Is he
a goal?
I thought he was a striker.
See, I am adamant.
But he's clearly not a striker.
His best position is centre forward.
Yeah.
I think he's a good centre forward. It's been so fucking long since he's played there. He's forgotten how to score goals.
Do you know, and like these talk of him going, yeah, he's going to be like Paul Scholes in the centre mid. What? Well, he's not because he's not Paul Scholes.
Paul Scholes was one of the most talented centre midfielders. A natural centre midfielder in English football history.
You can't just stick a.
Now Rooney was a very talented centre forward,
in there,
and because he can ping it 40 yards. Like what he did, he tried this. I'll drop off deep and I'll fucking boss the game with my range of passes. He kept kicking it out of play, and we were laughing at him. His ball to Van Persie was very good. That cross that he did in the end towards Van Persie, and Van Persie at the bar. But I don't know that he's that amazing. Well, he can play anywhere, Wayne Rooney. He can't play anywhere because he's a fucking fat smoker. Approaching 28. Well, he's 28. Approaching, I don't know, 29. So it's like, he's not, he can't, he's fit. Do you really think his fitness level is going to be, I mean, what are they going to be? What's going to be a 3-year extension to his deal?
Yeah.
He's not out of contract this summer, so it must be 3-year extension onto whatever he's got left. 300 grand a week, so it's going to be till he's 30 fucking 2.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I don't think he's that good.
No.
I don't think he's good.
But I don't think they could risk him going anywhere.
Well, yeah, because it would be an exodus.
Because they'd be like, right, Rooney's gone, Van Persie's got no lawyer, he'll be off.
Well, I've heard rumours through the grapevine that Van Persie is very, very much thinking about his future at that club.
Well, let's hope he does.
The rumours last week were, this is what I read from or heard on some sort of random Italian podcast.
Our
Van
rival
Persie
podcast.
wants to go, and he wants to go back to Arsenal, and Wenger's already met with Darren Dean, his agent. Now, I don't know how I feel about that. It is more than likely absolute fucking bollocks. There has been a lot of stories for a while now that Van Persie is not happy under Moyes, and having seen that player and sort of seen his interviews and stuff, and being at Arsenal for 11 years, I can fully understand that could very well be the case. That Van Persie fucking can't stand it playing under Moyes. Why would you... Oh, I went to Man United to win trophies, and then he's in a place that's far worse than where he started.
Yeah.
Except he's got a Premier League medal.
Where?
Well, so what? Now you're playing for 7th. You're not going to... He was thinking his heyday was going to be at Man United at the top, and he'll be winning trophies every year.
He needs to die.
Who?
Van Persie. I hate him. His face annoys me because... And his little Dutch accent. I don't mind Dutch people, but he's ever since he joined United, it's like Torres when Torres went to Chelsea. They just both turn to monumental cunts. Where they're both like, yeah, I'm so good now. Well, no. Well, Torres, Van Persie stayed amazing, and he basically won United. He basically won United the title. Well, fair play, but now I think it's hilarious. I just basically think when a club gives you absolutely everything and you leave for what is a direct rival. I know to be honest, when we did sell Torres, Chelsea was probably a direct rival, and when that was downhill from there, and obviously Arsenal's direct rival are Man United. I just think what have they done it for? Money and glory, and which is fair enough, I suppose, but. You can go overseas and get money and glory if you want to, and it doesn't make you... you don't have to turn into an absolute cunt about it.
Yeah.
And both of them have.
Yeah.
I hate him.
I do hate him.
I just think he's... I don't know. And do you know what? I hate Man United fans because they were like, we've stolen your best player, and they just rubbed it in. And I hope for the next 10 years they fucking finish 7th
Every year.
every year. And they're like, no, it'll never happen. United will always be dominant. Well, maybe they will, but I will be happy if United don't win anything for the next 3 years and only get in Champions League one of those years. Because next year, in all honesty, if they finish 7th this year, United and Liverpool finish 4th with their players, and
how are Liverpool not going to improve next year?
And if we keep Suarez, basically, if we keep Suarez,
you get Champions League, you keep Suarez.
Yeah, and if we keep Suarez, we'll get better. We'll draw in better players because people will still look at people like Steven Gerrard and go, "I will want to play for Steven Gerrard because he's seen as an international superstar." So people overseas still see him as a big player.
Yeah.
We'd have Suarez. People want to play with him.
Yeah.
And they'll know our style of football.
A good tournament for Sturridge, and people want to play alongside him in the summer for England.
So
I can't see Liverpool not improving because you've got a young manager and a fairly young team.
And I just hope that next year, and then Chelsea will buy, Man United will buy,
Arsenal will improve,
and then I just want United to not improve as much, and then them finish 6th. And then me being like, oh, you haven't got Champions League football for 2 years. Moyes will get sacked. The downfall continues. Relegation, 10 years' time.
And then Mourinho goes there.
And then where would
they go? Well, we made a mistake by employing Moyes. We should have had you in the first place.
And they go,
and then he goes, see you, Chelsea!
They rip down the Ferguson statue, say, what you fucking stitched us up a tree here, tell him he can't come back.
Yeah.
Instinct, Jose.
So that was it was quite a unfocused mutual hatred of Man United. Rooney cunt, Van Persie cunt,
Torres
cunt. Suarez, you're not even a player for Man United, but if you were, you'd be a cunt. You're a cunt anyway. All in all, Man United, we hate you.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Yeah.